Hi, I'm Alexis JaDoul. I'm a 911 dispatcher at the Vernon County Sheriff's Office, and Sergeant Olson will be interviewing me today.
All right. You've been waiting all day for this, haven't you?
I'm so excited.
You've been stressed for 4 hours, haven't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So what is your position here, did you say?
I am a 911 dispatcher
And you've been here how long?
since 2021,
Okay, so that's not too long. That's about 3 years
almost
then.
3 years. Yep.
Okay. Have you enjoyed it here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love my job every single day.
You're not just saying that, are you?
Depends on the day, I
Depends on the
guess.
day.
Yeah.
But overall, you're
Yep.
okay with the job here,
Yep.
aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you choose to be a 911 dispatcher here at the sheriff's office?
So originally, I did start on the road for a little bit for a different agency, and I definitely didn't think it was really the fit for me. So I gave dispatching a shot, never something I actually would consider, but I have my associates in criminal justice, so I thought, it's still something in my career field,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just figured why not. And also moving, I wanted to move somewhere else from where I'm originally from, so I thought Vernon County would be a great fit since a lot of my family is from this area.
Okay. And where did you work before in that law enforcement field?
I worked in two little villages, Rio and Fall River in
Okay.
Columbia County.
Yep, I'm familiar with Rio. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here in Vernon County, and that's no joke either. So we're very glad to have you. But don't get a big head, okay?
Never.
All right. So why does the dispatcher play a key role in emergency services?
We how I would like to put it is we are technically the first responders and everything like that. We're the ones answering the calls and trying to decipher really what's going on scene and trying to calm the person down. And we also take, non-emergency calls and just basic calls and stuff like that and get everything over to the patrolman or wherever necessary it needs to go.
Fire EMS services
Exactly,
too?
yep.
Right. So do you kind of like manage the calls in, so to speak, or?
Yeah, and we're trying to trying to get as best information as we can for everybody else because, we have to, like I said, decipher through a bunch of information that we are
Mhm.
given what is going to be useful for everybody else and try to summarize as best as we can and put that out there for everybody else.
What are some important things that you need to relay to the responders?
Definitely, obviously, address is the most important thing, I would say. And then what is the nature of the call? Like if it's a medical or what type of fire it is, or if it's like a domestic situation or something like that. That is I would say the two most important things. So everybody can mentally prepare even going before like to scene on what they're going to do and
Right.
where they're going.
Kind of gives them a mental picture of what they're getting into then,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
Good. And your communication with the caller is pretty important, you would say, right?
Yeah, I would say because we're trying to calm them down also, and trying to figure out what's going on scene, and relaying that to everybody else, so they are also mentally preparing as before they get on scene as well.
Nice. You're doing pretty good to this interview. Yeah. What types of calls or what type of call causes extreme busyness for a dispatcher?
I would say my personal opinion is fire calls. Especially when we have to page out multiple departments. I'm glad I have a partner that is also on the fire side because he's really good at handling that type of stuff. But
Who is that?
Dylan Kraus,
Okay.
yes. So
I suppose we got to
my
give Dylan kudos, right?
yes, exactly. But I would say because you have like we're also trying to send law enforcement on scene. We're trying to send, depending on the type of fire, we're sending medical, and then also we got to send however many departments and stuff like that. So we have a bunch of people talking on the radio at
Yeah.
once, and we're trying to all give them the same information, and everyone's asking questions and whatnot, and pretty much deliver, receive whatever we need to do for everybody out there.
Right, right. Gets to be a little chaotic, doesn't it, at
Oh yeah.
times?
Oh yeah.
You have to multitask.
Yes, that is. I mean, a big
Yeah.
part of our
Yeah.
job is multitasking
Yeah.
between everything.
Yeah. Storm nights are not so much fun either, are they? They kind of get a little chaotic.
Oh yeah, I've definitely worked a few storms and stuff like that, and it definitely gets super busy. And especially we have to deal with all the other calls that are going on, especially during storms. You have like power lines down, we have fires, we have just people complaining that their power is out and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So it's a variety of different calls, and then our normal calls still going on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, You guys do a good job in there. Do you yourself have any additional work assignments or different roles in this department here?
So I have a couple. So one thing I have to do is like I manage our DNR files and everything like that, make sure keep everything up to date as best as I can and what the DNR provides for the public and for like information for us on our side. And then I also last year became a Wisconsin public notary. So I lately, especially this year, been doing a lot of notaries for mainly people here, but I've had a couple people walk in and ask for notaries and stuff like that, so I've been helping out with that. I would say those are pretty much the two main things, and then I also like to clean. I try to clean whenever I can in the dispatch center,
Yeah.
try to keep it as clean as I can.
Are you a clean freak at home too then?
I wouldn't say a clean freak. I like to be neat, and I like things clean, organized.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it that way too here. So, yeah. Good job. Um, you also do like a review of all of our like entries or warrant
Yep,
entries.
I do that too. So our two people that do it, Corinna and Yannicka, they enter, the warrants and everything like that. And then so I do the second party review and just making sure information is correct. So that way, since when we put it into the system and everything for other counties or other states, everything is correct. So that way nothing like slips through the cracks pretty much.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question here now that you've been stressing for 4 hours on.
Yes.
Do you have any pastimes or hobbies outside of this job?
I like to spend time with friends and family when I can.
Good.
I would say those are probably my two main hobbies. I do like to do a lot of things by myself. Like I like to drive places and do stuff like just, shop by myself. I like
Yeah.
to do stuff by myself too as well.
Excellent,
So
excellent. And you hunt too, don't you?
yes, I do hunt, but that I feel like that's a very generic answer.
Yeah.
It's just like I
Yeah.
hunt and fish. Well,
Okay.
so, but I do, but not all the time. I'm not like super like that's all I do.
Yeah. But you've gotten a deer before, haven't you?
I am plenty.
Or have you had somebody help you with that?
No, I've
You've gotten it
yes,
yourself? Okay.
yes.
All right, good. Can you briefly explain what you as a dispatcher see on our computer screen when someone calls 911? What gets displayed on the 911 screen?
So on the 911 screen, what it's so like what it should do, it should come up with, about like their coordinates and stuff like that. So and that spills over into our CAD system. But we're able to see the phone number, and if it's like a residential line, we're able to see if there's like a name attached to the residential line, and then like I said, the coordinates and stuff like that, and we keep updating the coordinates as we go.
Okay, so there's two different 911 calls. There's a landline call that you get from a hardwired phone in a
Yes.
house, and that displays what?
The name or business, whatever it is.
Address?
And the
Okay.
address.
Okay. And then you get cellular calls, which we get 90% of the time anymore. And
Yep.
what gets displayed on there? You said GPS coordinates?
Yep, the GPS coordinates, and then we have to keep updating it as it goes. It doesn't automatically do it, so we press like an update button and just keep it going. And then, like I said, it'll show the cell phone number. It doesn't really give us much information, like it doesn't have like a caller's name, nothing like that. But
Okay. But you can pretty much pinpoint where callers are
Exact-
calling from, right?
exactly, yes.
Okay, which helps you as a dispatcher.
Oh yes, very.
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, are there any tips that you can, or one or two tips, one tip that you can provide to the public about 911?
I would say trying to stay as calm as you can when you're trying to. I know, like, I mean, a high stress situation, and it's, for people that are calling, usually, it's not something they plan or, they enjoy doing, calling us, but is trying to stay as calm as you can, just so we don't have to keep, asking you, like, don't get me wrong, we don't mind helping, like, trying to calm people down and stuff like that, but the calmer you are, the better we can get stuff like relayed and everything like that
Yeah.
with more correct information and less like clarifying questions we have to
Yeah.
ask.
No doubt dispatchers like to have people calm a little bit when they're giving
Exactly.
us information.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, excellent. Do you have anything else you want to add to this interview?
I mean, I think that pretty good. That's a
Okay, I think you had a great interview.
I'm glad. Maybe we can change roles and we can switch chairs.
No, we're
and
not gonna do that. Not this year anyways. We all wanted to hear from you, so.
Oh, okay.
On a serious note though, know that we appreciate you working here. You're doing a great job in the 3 or 4 years that you've been here, so just keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.